Our company is MedVision. From this picture, you guys can see this is the process of the venipuncture, which is the collection of blood through the vein or the injection of the medicine through the vein. And have you guys ever experienced bruise or nausea or infection after the venipuncture procedures? No, I guess. But okay, thank you. But like according to our research and association, like indicated that 63% from the 300 respondents of the nurses like say that they need a practical medical device that can aid them to locate and determine the condition of the vein. Because like the problem if you misjudgment the vein, like, it can create an inefficiency of the transformation of the drugs and also unnecessary suffering for the patient, such as nausea, bruise, and infection. And also in addition, people who suffer obesity, cancer, heart disease, and liver disease make it extremely very difficult for the nurses to locate and find the vein. That's why we see an opportunity for this market, because like venipuncture is a very common medical procedure and most nurses in the world like do this process. So we introduced MedVision. So we want to create a medical device that enable nurses to detect and locate and also determine the condition of the vein within 30 seconds with only one push button. Our market size in the first and the second year will be all hospitals and clinics around the British Columbia, which are around 400 hospitals. And in the third year and the fourth year, we will target all North American hospitals, which is around 9,000. And in the long run, we will target the worldwide market, which is Europe or Asia, because we believe that Europe and Asia has a big budget to spend in medical. And basically, the target market will be all regular nurses who perform the venipuncture. And also the second main target market is the paramedics, who usually must perform the injection and then in the crisis environment, like in the ambulance or helicopter. And then, so with this device, it can really help them to find and determine the vein very efficiently. Our competitive metrics will be, basically we have two different direct competitors, which is a vein locator and vein viewer. And from this chart, we can see that vein locator has a very cheap price, which is $100, and we sell for $3,000. Even though but vein locator has a very poor product feature and quality. Like they can only determine the vein, but they don't really determine whether the vein is big enough or is in a good condition. And the other side is the vein viewer, which is they sell for 25,000 grand, and this tall. The machine is very big, and it's very sophisticated using I think it's patent Texas instrumental digital imaging, and which we believe that it is too luxurious for the hospital to spend that amount of money only to find and locate the vein. Yeah, and this is our pricing strategy. And we will sell for $3,000, and the cost of goods sold will be around $700. And we will not produce anything for the early stage because we are a very brand new company and we don't have too much risk. We have much risk, and so we will just assemble all the stuff because we know already where we can buy all the components locally in the British Columbia. So we will just assemble in our workshop. And our marketing strategy will be, because we are more business to business, we have to build a relationship with the hospital's director and then the head of the doctor. So basically we have to create a customer relationship, like naming names, keep in touch, follow up after the buying process, and so. And for the first year, we have a 2 sales team, which is composed 2 sales persons. And according to our calculation, like each team will visit 9 hospitals per month, and we think it's feasible, and it is. And another strategy is trade show, because it is very important to showcase and demonstrate our product to medical visitors, so they can aware that we are exist, like we have this product and it is very good for the nurses. And we also get the online selling because it's very low cost and broad coverage. And also we will spend a very little resources in the advertising. Maybe we will just briefly in the medical magazine and radio. And this will be our budget for the first year. And we can see from here that we spend very little in the advertising cost and more specific in the personal selling. And for our investment, it's of us will invest for $20,000 for total 100,000, and we will use a debt from the operating line of credit for the backup if we need cash suddenly. And this will be our pro forma income statement. From here we can see that we will make a loss in the first year, and I think it's normal for early stage company like us. But in the next year we start to making profit, and it looks good. And from here we can see that by the time goes by we lower the price because we want to get a bigger market share, because in the long run we will target all the hospital in the North America and worldwide. So we will lower the price, and as a result, in here we can see that the gross margin will be decreasing, and even though we will achieve economies of scale due to the bigger sales, but we will lower the price more. And then this is our financial ratio. From here we can see that we are a very healthy company with less debt, and we also create a big return for the investor, which the ROE is quite good, and it reached its maximum in the 2010, which is 64% of the ROE. But in the 2012, we get a lower ROE because maybe we have to make too much cash and then we don't allocate the money. So maybe we have to decide whether we will distribute as a dividend or invest in different industry. So this will be our break-even point. So we have to sell around 100 units for break-even in the first year, and it is around 300,000 revenue. This will be our operation plan. Because we will hire the full sales time for 30,000 grand per year and 7% commission, and for the part-time sales we will $10 per hour with 3% commission. This will be our structure of the management team, and Ronjin Cheng is our engineering, and because he is very good in organization and he has a good communication skill, so he can combine us each other. So because our management team is very young and lack of experience, so we have for now we have a 2 advisory board, which has a very good experience in the sales and marketing. He has a 20 years experience in owning textile trading company, and the other one is he has a very good skill in human resource and management. The risk factors, because we are a medical company and which is very sensitive with lawsuit, so we will use full insurance coverage for our company. And if there is a stagnant or inadequate sales, we will get an emergency change will occur according to the market assessment. We have to create a new strategy how to sell our product. And difficulty with supplier is minor risk because low switching costs, so we can just jumping around from one supplier to another because the part basically is very common. And our harvest strategy will be acquisition by an existing company. So our main harvest strategy is we expect that a big company like GE or Philips will buy our product, or our company, I mean, and it will create a great return for the investor. And if that's not happen, maybe we will do IPO if the condition is strong enough. Like if we create a more continuous sales in the future, maybe we will have a power to the IPO. Okay, thank you. So do you guys have any questions? And this is basically the component that we have to use for our product.